Good morning, A Block and D Block. Today we are doing a mini lesson on unit rate. So to show what unit rate is, I'm going to have Ezra and David jumping jack for 2/3 of a minute. Here we go. 20 seconds.
But as fast as we can.
Go. So thanks to Geronimo for holding this sign, and what you'll notice is that in 2/3 of a minute, Ezra did 64 jumping jacks, and he could have kept going. David, in 2/3 of a minute, did 68 jumping jacks. He was really tired, but he did well. Okay, so how do we figure this out? How do we figure out how many jumping jacks there could be in a minute? Nico La Rosa is showing a picture of a clock which might help you. Nico can now explain what he did to figure this out.
So what I did is, Ezra did 68 jumping jacks in 2/3 of a minute. So I took half of 68, so it's 34, and then I saw it's in 1 minute how he will do. So I put 34, 34, and 34, and then I add them, and in a minute he would have done 102 jumping jacks.
So one thing that Nico La Rosa just showed is, and you can see in this picture, he basically did a ratio table. He figured out how much there would be in 1/3 of a minute, and then he added that to the 2/3 of a minute, like a ratio table, to figure out what 1 minute is. But Nico Gomez is going to explain a similar method, but what maybe a little bit easier.
So what we actually did was
Louder.
3 times 2 because 2/3 of minutes is not how to explain.
Okay, so Nico kind of bowed out of that, but it was a good first attempt, and we appreciate his attempt there. What Nico La Rosa was talking about was how he divided by 2 to figure out 1/3 of a minute, and then multiplied by 3. So if we think about dividing by 2 and multiplying by 3, if you see this number, 3/2, what that really means is divide by 2, multiply by 3. So we actually multiply times 3/2. Divide by 2, multiply by 3, or times 3/2. What do you notice about 2/3 and 3/2? 2/3 and 3/2? Hopefully you notice that they are the reciprocals of each other. So we're multiplying times the reciprocal. Go.
So numbers that are reciprocal are inverted fractions, basically flipping the number around. For example, here we have 8/7. The flipped around, or the reciprocal number would be 7/8. Here we have 4, and that would be 1/4 because there's no inverted fraction for 4 instead of 1/4. And then we have 32, and the inverted reciprocal number for that is 1/32.
Okay, finally we're going to talk about proportional and not proportional. As I mentioned, Ezra did 32 jumping jacks every 20 seconds. And he just didn't stop. He was like a machine. He just did 32, and then 20 more seconds he did 32, 20 more seconds he did 32. He just kept going. But David stopped after 2/3 of a minute. So you can see that Ezra's graph keeps rising, while David's graph goes in a flat line. Because Ezra's graph is in a straight line and it goes through the point 0, 0, we say it's proportional. But since David's graph does not go in a straight line, it is not proportional.